Happy 40th, Agoura Hills.
Happy 40th.
Happy 40th, Agoura Hills.
Happy 40th, Agoura Hills.
Happy 40th anniversary.
Happy 40th, Agoura Hills.
Happy 40th, Agoura Hills.
Happy 40th.
Happy 40th, Agoura Hills.
We started our first meeting right here at this kitchen table, if you're wondering why we're here. And in fact, it's the same kitchen table. There was a lot of interest in our area, a growing interest in maybe incorporating, that would be becoming your own city. We had our own city council here. We had a very engaged public on hillside ordinances, grading ordinances, sign ordinances, cultural affairs, parks, and the list goes on. Very exciting time to start a city from scratch.
The county just didn't have our interest at heart. If we weren't a city, we would have a library because the county would see to that, I'm sure. But we wouldn't have this rec center. We wouldn't have the parks, we would have more sign clutter. And all of that we were able to do because we were a city. And that's what we thought the city would look like 40 years later, and I think it pretty much does. And I'm pretty happy, but it's a continual fight. You can't give up.
Fran Pavley, Fran Foster, and I used to go down to the hearings at LA County's Planning Commission to testify against these things. The one that really set us off was they wanted to put a trailer park at the bottom of Liberty Canyon where the townhomes are now. But we knew we had a special area out here, and we knew we wanted to be separate from the San Fernando Valley. We weren't in it for the glory or the money or for anything else. We were just doing it because we wanted to make a difference.
When you say 40 years, it's amazing to think we've been around that long. I've been on the council 30 years in December, and my kids have never not known their dad on the council. It's kind of weird to look back, but it's been a great experience for me. And never having thought that I would be an elected official, but I'm happy, and I can look back with awesome memories, the things that we've done.
The reason we moved here is probably why most people moved here. It was a small city. It seemed to care about the things that we cared about. Good schools, safe, cared about the environment. I think the city councils over the last 40 years have been pretty consistent saying, no, we don't want a big box store. No, we don't want to build on the mountains. No, we don't want to take down hills. We're Agoura Hills. We don't take down hills. We're not downtown LA. We're not New York City. We don't have Broadway. We don't have theater like that. But I think that's okay. If we want that, we can go there. I think what we have here is why people move here. I think people here know their friends and they know their neighbors because of the community feeling here.
I spent 12 years on the Planning Commission and 13 years on the City Council. And I think 25 years is a long time, but it went by so fast. As I and others that have been here a while get older, you start thinking, okay, we want to build something that our children can be proud of. I know my daughter appreciated living here. I have 4 or 5 new neighbors now that are young adults with small children, and they're the next generation, and they tell me how much they appreciate it. I probably won't be here 100 years from now, but if I were, I'd like to come back and say, community still looks wonderful. We still have these open spaces. We still have these view sheds that was not taken away by some lack of thought process. And so I have high hopes for the future of Agoura Hills.
Agoura Hills definitely has that small town feel to it, even though we're located close to a large city. Just because I think meeting people in the community on a daily basis, you tend to bump into people at the grocery stores, and so that really enhances the atmosphere here in Agoura Hills.
We are a very small city of 20,000 people, but we can do our share in protecting this planet. The public has completely supported our climate action and adaptation plan, and we are figuring out ways to reduce greenhouse gases and how to have electrification for new construction, as well as incentives for our residents to move into that area, because we all feel we need to do it. It's very encouraging that the people in Agoura Hills are ready to move into this next century and the problems and the challenges that we face. And at the same time, they still love the great outdoors, and they still love being the gateway to the Santa Monica Mountains.
I was raised in Agoura Hills, very influenced by the beautiful Santa Monica Mountains around us, the great school system, community that cares about each other. When I moved here, we were not an incorporated city. It was called Agoura. And just a few years later, we became Agoura Hills. And so as I grew up, the city grew up as well. And I saw the city flourish in terms of parks and amenities. And back in the day, we used to have Pony Express days. Now we have Reyes Adobe days. So I've really watched the city grow as I've grown. And now as a parent, I see all of the services that our city provides. And it's a very important evolution that we've had that I really appreciate.
So here we are 40 years later, and a lot of those ideas that we had those first maybe 10 years were completed. We envisioned a local community that people could engage in, not only adults, but children as well. And people today will tell me, boy, that ring of open space around your city, that's amazing. And that, I think, has helped the image of Agoura Hills change from what was once known as Billboard Alley. Now it's called the gateway to the Santa Monica Mountains.